Welcome everybody. Let me switch the camera there. Welcome everybody to another Business Q&A Halloween edition. I am Evan the Ninja Carmichael, ready to answer your business questions. And I have my usual co-host Rishi Cup TV. Welcome aboard, Rishi.
Thank you, Evan. So happy to be here. Excited to share some love with Believe Nation today, this Monday morning.
I love that. I'm also joined by J-Rise in the game. We're trying to play a experiment of Teemo support in the bot lane with J-Rise Heimer ADC. Did we get it? Yes, we did. Very exciting. Okay. So last week on the chat, we talked about how it would be in costume. I actually have a hard time breathing and talking in this thing, so at some point this mask is likely to come off so I can get some air. But we also talked about Rishi doing a little bit of a voice costume, which everybody is super excited for.
Oh my gosh.
So what's our voice costume there, Rishi?
Okay, I practiced this like all weekend for you guys, so just know that I'm super nervous. This is like a lot of love went into this.
Yes.
Okay?
Who are we doing? What are we doing?
Are you guys ready? Are you all ready?
I'm ready. I'm so excited.
You're ready. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That might need to be like our good morning soundtrack. That's pretty good. I can't believe that's a human being making that noise.
I can't believe it either. I'm great.
The best part is we have that recorded now forever. And I feel like we need an opening soundtrack that includes that somehow. So we'll see what we can do about that. Oh, they banned Teemo.
Good.
No.
Oh man, what happens when you're listening to Rishi voice costumes?
They banned Teemo, so I'm gonna have to go. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go Blitzcrank, I guess. Let's go Blitzcrank. I haven't played Blitzcrank in forever. All right, we'll see what happens. I'm upset about this, but we'll see how it goes.
Darn it.
It's all good. We'll do Blitz. J-Rise saying dodge. All good. Okay. So, Rishi, what's in the cup today?
All right. Well, got my cup of hazelnut coffee. I can't remember the brand today. But yeah, so hazelnut in my cup, and today I am feeling a cup of do what you really want to do.
Oh, I'm liking that.
And I have a quote to share if that helps.
Yeah, nice. I like this.
Okay. So this is one of my favorite quotes from Julia Cameron. She says, "What we really want to do is what we are really meant to do. When we do what we are meant to do, money comes to us, doors open for us, we feel useful, and the work we do feels like play to us." That's it.
Work we do feels like play. Well, I'm playing right now. I like it. That's a good quote. I'm feeling it.
Good.
All right. So, what am I drinking? I have water and I have a third of a cup of yesterday's coffee that I put in the fridge. What's your thoughts on that, Rishi? Day-old coffee.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know, I mean, people like iced coffee. So if you kept it in the fridge, I think you're fine. But I typically don't. I don't really drink iced coffee much. I'm even when it's hot out, I tend to still get hot coffee. So I'm just weird like that.
Okay. Well.
Just make sure the coffee doesn't sit out for 24 hours and then you put it in the fridge.
Right.
Now you're drinking like acid.
Well, I will do a taste test live on stream and see what happens. All right, so I'm playing Blitzcrank, which I haven't done before on stream, I don't think. So this should be a fun one. We'll see what happens. And we're in game, or we're queuing up for game. So let's see what our first question is. What do we got?
All right. So first question today comes from Berku. And Berku says, Dear Evan, I hope I don't bother you with my email, but I felt like asking you for help after seeing your videos. My problem is that I have a lot of goals and interests, which are so different from each other, and I cannot decide on what to do. I want to start blogs and YouTube channels on 4 different topics. He wants to be a therapist, dancer, caregiver, scientist. I will graduate soon from university and even start my own business. There are so many things I'm interested in. At the end, I cannot decide on one topic and waste my life doing nothing. How can I make a decision? How can I fit all of those things in one lifetime? And yeah, grateful for your feedback. Cool. I'm excited to hear today, Evan, what you have to say on this. We have answered this question before because it's a common question of having to decide on what to do when you have many interests. I can only tell you what I'm doing because I know that what I'm doing is flies a little bit in the face of the traditional wisdom. So I don't know. I mean, I'm in experimental mode, and time will only tell if it works or not. But I feel like if you're not honoring all the things that you love in some way, that you end up not really feeling fulfilled. And I've talked about how, in the past I just was the dancer, or I was just the singer, or I was just the teacher, and it was great. But I always felt like, but what about those other things I'm interested in? There has to be a way that I can combine them all. And so that's what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, because I feel like that's kind of the key. Evan says that we are all, world-class level genius. It's a good quote. But just talking about like our secret sauce, what makes us really effective at what we do is really using all the things about us that we are. It's easy to say that, I know, philosophically, and then the execution can be harder. But what I've decided to do is start my channel around all the things that I love, and hopefully I'm encouraging other people to do the same. But I say that it flies in the face of traditional wisdom because I'm constantly getting feedback about, needing more focus and needing more of a specific, narrower focus. So, hey, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I just feel like it's worth starting a business around the whole you and not just a part of you.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great to embrace the and. That's what we've talked about a number of times on the channel. You want to embrace the genius of the and. And so now this is a fun one in that, like, the things that you want to do seem so different. So how can you bring them together into something that is a fun experiment for you? And so one of the things that came first to mind for me was the dancing, because that's part of what I do, and I have a business doing dance. I got a hook. This is gonna be kind of chaos, guys, because I haven't played Blitz in a long time. So we'll see what happens. One of the things that we talked about with the dance business is the combination of bringing therapy, because Alex wanted to be a couples therapist as part of his thing. And what I really want to do at some point is salsa for couples. couples therapy through dancing.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because you learn a lot about each other and how to deal. And so I think that's would be a really fun thing to cover and also really helpful. And so those two things come immediately to mind for me, as well as thinking, okay, well, if you're a scientist, can you apply the scientific method to figuring that out? Like, can you apply the scientific method to how to combine dance with, we're under attack! Dance with therapy to help people. So that's what I would be looking at. And maybe it's not that, maybe that's the best combination, maybe that's not a great combination. Figuring out, you got to figure out which one is best for you, but finding some creative way to be able to do that, embrace the genius at the end instead of seeing them as separate things, but as an opportunity to be able to do under attack, an opportunity to do multiple things at once. I think is going to be a big win. So
wow,
I think
that's amazing, and I think Evan, I think you need to do this because you are always passionate about also just like relationship advice and like helping people even in relationships. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really awesome.
I'm a fan. It's Alex has some work to do to figure out the rules and methods and all that stuff, but I'm a fan.
Cool. So, before we get to our next question, Evan, I have another voice costume.
Another voice costume. The surprise.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Okay, tell me if you guys know who I am, okay?
Okay.
Anything we don't like will turn into happy little tree or something, because as you know, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents.
I have no idea who that is.
Does anyone in the chat know? Put it in the chat, and then we'll go to the next question and see if they get it.
All right. I'm excited.
All right, that was terrible, but I'm believing in my voice costume.
I think we got it.
Okay.
I think somebody's going to know it.
All right. Yeah, I don't see anybody giving any. Okay, Rise Online. Rise Online got it.
Rise Online got it. She's supposed to be playing in game with me. Rise Online! Let's win this lane! Uh-oh,
right.
Okay.
So for those who didn't know, that was Bob Ross.
Ah, okay. I've never watched anything Bob Ross.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know who he is though, right?
Yeah, he was a paint instructor, right?
Yeah, it's just best show ever to watch if you haven't. Okay. Next question comes from Forrest. Forrest says, Evan, I have $1 billion idea, but I don't know where to start. What does a person in my position do? All right. I was thinking, Evan, of the person last week, I think it was, who had this idea. And he really thought this idea was amazing. And then he reached out to a company that he felt like his idea could bring value to, and they actually ended up, calling him into a board meeting because they were impressed by his idea, and we were kind of helping him because he was freaking out about the fact that, oh my gosh, they actually liked my idea, and now I have to go and actually continue the process of pursuing this. And so it's kind of a interesting story about how you can have an idea and it can take you places you may not actually have believed it would. So I wish I knew more specifics about your idea, because I think knowing kind of what the idea is helps inform what you do with that idea. But I would say, let's say you have $1 billion idea for, let's say it's an app or something. I would share that idea with someone who I trust, who has knowledge in that industry, and kind of get feedback from people who know more, and kind of see if there might be some knowledge gained as to how to practically walk that out and how to practically take steps, to take action, because an idea is great, but obviously only is impactful if you take action on it. So wish I knew more specifics, but yeah. Evan, what do you think?
Whoa, under attack here. Whoa! We are fighting. I think it's momentum. You just gotta start building some momentum. There's no one step. There's no one perfect thing that you need to do. Don't worry about getting the perfect first step, and just worry about getting a step. And then tomorrow taking another step. Whether it's having a conversation, whether it's doing more research, understanding that the idea is great, and the idea is not enough. The idea alone is not enough. You have to do more. You have to start building. You need to build more momentum. And so, every single day, doing something. Without, it's a generic answer to a generic question. But that's really what, at the end of the day, you need to start taking some action on. You got to start building some momentum for yourself. And again, just not being so attached to having the perfect first step.
Exactly. Cool. How's the game?
Oh, we're getting destroyed. The team is getting destroyed. The team is losing 8-1. Jay has our only kill. So we'll see. This might be a rough one to pull out. Let's see what happens.
All right. So tell us really quickly, Evan. How did you and Nina come up with the ninja concept? How did that all happen?
I didn't. I had zero to do with it. Nina came up with it.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah, Nina is in charge of Halloween duties. Mostly because if it were up to me, it would be something super simple, something I already had. I'd just find a way to make it work. So, yeah. So Nina would not stand for that, and I came home and she's like, "You got to try this on." Like, okay, and it was my new costume. So thankfully it fit, and yeah, it worked out well. We need something salsa friendly, which is always important because we have our salsa Halloween costume, so it's gotta work for that. And this one is, although when I taught, I had to take off the mask because it was too difficult to yell in a big class and teach at the same time.
That's awesome. Well, I saw Nina's costume and she looked fabulous, so she picked a great costume this year.
Yes, I liked her mask better. It wrapped around more, which I was a fan of. But yeah, people liked it. It worked out well. Everybody had pretty fun costumes overall, so it was good.
Cool. All right. Next question is coming from Tamara or Tamara, and she says, "This is complicated to me. I used to be an actress, and I loved it. When I finished my career, I decided with my husband to move to USA, and everything changed. It was so hard. It takes me time to feel confident. I'm working so hard for many different jobs, and nothing I like more than art, theater, and my ideas, but I am afraid to take out my ideas from my brain. Now I'm a mom and I love my daughter. I'm doing natural soaps. My business is named Serenia Halaken. It means you are I'm and I am you. You are I am and I am you, I think. Anyway, I'm that kind of person who really likes to do different things. So now in my business, I've made different handmade stuff. Help me, I need focus. Alrighty. So kind of a common question from our first question, lots of different interests, not knowing how to focus. In this case, to me, I'm actually going to go a little different way because a little different from the Berku question in the beginning. It almost sounds, in this case, like she's avoiding what she really wants to do more because of fear and whatever else is holding her back. So I don't know actually if it's a focus problem or if it's really like a procrastination problem or a fear problem. Because I think that sometimes we do actually know what we want to focus on, but we just don't because we're like scared that if we're just scared. And so that's kind of what it feels like to me in this case. And so it sounds like she's really passionate about some of this artistic stuff that she pursued in the past, and then it got hard and it kind of stopped her. So I would just say, you know, obviously you can keep doing this other business you have on the side, but I believe that you probably won't feel fulfilled until you're back into doing what it is that you sound like you really enjoy, which is the theater arts. And just start just do something. Start small. Doesn't have to be some big step, but is there a class you can take? Is there, is there something that you can do today to get you back into that process? So I don't think it's a focus issue. I think it's a fear issue. So that's all.
Can you read the question again? There's something about it that...
Yeah. She basically, so she was an actress and she loved it. Then they moved to the USA and everything changed. And now it got really hard once she moved. And it's taking her time to feel confident. She's working hard, many different jobs. Nothing that she likes more than her art and her theater and the ideas that are in her head, but she's afraid to take them out. She's a mom doing her soap. She has a soap business. So she's just basically saying, help me, I need focus.
Yeah, so I think about it like, why have you not taken action on these things? Like, if you loved it, why are you holding yourself back from doing it? And I agree that it's probably fear. Like, it's common for a lot of people where they start something and then they hit a block and then they stop and they go do something else. And then they start that and then they hit a block and they stop and they go do something else. Where that block that's been holding you back is probably what needs to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you stop the first thing, or why are you having problems with the second thing? And either it's a fear that you need to just get over, or it might mean that you need a partner for some of these things. Like it's a skill set that is it's a skill set issue. Figuring that out could be super important. And so I would just start asking myself, why have you not been doing XYZ? Let's go in here. Let's try to get a kill. Why have you not been doing the things that you're supposed to be doing? Oh, we're in fighting. Hey, we got a kill. And I don't, without knowing you more, I don't know the answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
But doing some self-analysis, instead of just thinking that it's a focus issue, thinking about why you've stopped doing things. What's the hurdle? What's the roadblock? And try not to make it an excuse. It's not that you're too busy, right? Like time is the easiest excuse. It's not a time issue. So what's the real issue? And if you can have the self-awareness to figure that out, that could be a huge game changer for you. So I'm excited. Our team is coming back. We started off down 8-1, and now we're down 14-13. So
nice.
Yeah, it's a good comeback. Our Jay and I we have 5 kills, so it's pretty good. We're going. We're making it. We're making things happen.
Awesome. It's the ninja status.
The ninja. The costume is still on for now.
Cool. All right. So our next question is coming from Mark. And Mark says, "Dear Mr. Carmichael, first and foremost, I want to thank you for your valuable lessons and wise words. Yesterday, I made the decision to do more with my life and make sure I reach my goals. I decided to start reading again, and I read the first 3 chapters of the book, $1 Million Habit, and it has opened my eyes. I guess I have one question. I'm 22 years old, from the Netherlands, about to graduate, and I have a slight stammer. And so far, it has not really affected my life that much, but it has killed my self-belief and confidence. Fortunately, a week ago, I decided to accept and embrace myself in my speech, and since then, I feel so much better about myself. My question to you is, do you think that the stammer or stutter can prevent me from reaching my goals? I know the answer to the question, but I guess I would love your confirmation on the matter. Again, many thanks for your valuable video, Mr. Carmichael. Sincerely, Mark." All right. Yeah, it sounds like he knows the answer. He knows that it would just be a limiting belief that the stutter or the stammer is holding him back. But I definitely appreciate that there are things that we all have in our lives that just challenge us to believe that we can do it. We all have it. I think that's maybe part of overcoming is recognizing that whether for you it's a stammer, for me it's something else equally as challenging. So we all have those things that are going to make us doubt that we can do it. So in that sense, you're not alone. And yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the stutter stammer in terms of like, I know some people who have it so bad that, I mean, doing business is difficult because they just can't get their words out. I'd love to hear from someone who actually has dealt with that to hear what maybe others have done to overcome. But yeah, at the end of the day, it only hinders you if you believe it will. And if you believe it won't, then it won't. What's that quote you have, Evan? If you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right.
Yeah. Henry Ford, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, almost got a kill. Very sad. Are we going in for a fight, Jay? We're going in for a fight, Jay. Oh, we are going in for a fight. Oh, I saved him. Oh, but I'm probably gonna die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Oh, we made it out. Hey. Holy cow, that was nuts. That was nuts.
Amazing.
Okay.
Truly amazing.
Good. That was chaos. Let me go back and buy something now. Holy cow. yeah, it's really your belief around it. Rishi's 100%. Like, we all have our own thing that we are dealing with, fighting with, that are our own limiting beliefs. This is one of yours, and so a lot of people have this. They have a stigma over like, hey, I have an accent. Like, is the accent going to hold me back? Well, it will as long as you believe it will. Like, he answered his own question right at the start. I forget what did he say? There was something in there. He said why. He said that he knows that the belief is limiting him. What did he say? What were the words?
At the end, when he says, "I know, I know the answer to the question, but I guess I would love your confirmation on the matter." Is that what you mean?
Sooner. He said something before that.
I decided to accept and embrace myself and my speech, and since then I feel much better about myself. Or I'm sorry, what part were you looking
the words.
for?
There's something even earlier than that.
Okay. In the very beginning, he talks about he made a decision in his life to start reaching his goals, and he started reading the book, and then he says, "I'm a 22-year-old guy from the Netherlands. I have a slight stutter, stammer, and so far it has not really. Oh, maybe this is it. It has not really affected my life that much, but it's killed my self-belief and confidence."
There it is. Okay. So.
Okay.
If it's killed your self-belief and confidence, then it has affected your life a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm talking and I'm dying. Let me out. Uh-oh, Jay's gonna die. Very sad. I got out, but Jay died. Oh, he got a kill with him, though, which is good. So... that's, and we all have these things, and I've talked about mine before on the chat and the stream, and other people have talked about theirs, I guess, and shared through their stories. But we all have these things that hold us back, that we're afraid of, that prevent us from doing the things that we're supposed to do. For a lot of people, it's caring too much about what other people think. Needing to have validation, needing to feel like what they're doing is, okay and supported. You're just living for other people's approval, which is not great either, and it prevents you from doing great things. So, the stammer itself is not a huge deal, just like the accent is not a huge deal. It needs to be worked around, but much more is your thoughts around it. Your belief that it limits you, that you're less, that you don't have confidence. Like, that is much more the game. Because there are people who have a bigger stammer than you who are already having lots of success and out there achieving their goals. So, for all of us, these beliefs that we have, for the most part, they're just stuck in our head. And you need to overcome them if you want to ultimately achieve your goals. So, good luck.
Absolutely. All right. Next question is coming from Chum. I hope I'm saying that right, Chum. And Chum says, "Dear Evan, to me personally, I like your sharing very much. It truly encourages me. I recently noticed myself that I have weak points on staying motivated and focused. Could you please kindly help advise on these things?" All right. Well, focus and staying motivated, again, something that I guess is harder for some than others. Obviously, for you, Chum, it's a big issue. I wonder if there are just some practical things that you can do to maintain focus. I don't know if it's like if you're working and you just get caught up in doing, I don't know what the focus is or how your focus is being taken away. I think the main thing is identify what is taking your focus specifically, and then eliminating what that is. So if you are, it could be as practical as if you're working on something and then you get distracted by social media or by some, interruptions throughout the day. You can do things to make sure that doesn't happen by eliminating them. If it's a larger picture of like, I have a business I want to start, and then I lose my focus and I start doing something else, and it's more about following through and executing there. I think, again, it's just there's practical things you can do. Set up goals for yourself, as small or step by step as you feel you need, and just stick to those goals. I don't know if I feel like that feels a little simple, but yeah.
I would question if you feel like I would question if you're passionate enough about what you're doing. Like, are you doing the right project? Are you doing the right thing? Whoa, a big fight's about to happen. What can we do? We can do something. No, we can die. Very sad. Very sad. Well, we're going to have to figure out a new strategy here. Jay and I are splitting, but we died there. Anyway, I would think about, when have you been most focused? Because you feel it's a focus issue. So when have you felt most focused? And likely it's going to be a time when you were super excited and super passionate about accomplishing something. You had this idea, you got all jazzed up, and you're in the zone, focused on trying to make sure that thing happens. And so why is that not happening for you now? Do you have that same level of enthusiasm and excitement for the project that you're doing now, or not? And a lot of times people will blame it on something else, right? They'll blame it on focus, they'll blame it on time management, they'll blame it on something else, but typically it's way deeper than that. So it's understanding, are you doing the right thing? Are you doing work that you love?
Yeah.
And if you are, then what are the beliefs that you have that are holding you and preventing you from doing it to the highest level? Like, where are you getting in your own way? Because if you really, really love what you're doing, you're not just sitting there going on Facebook. Like, you're busy working at what it is that you're trying to accomplish. But if you're afraid of something, then you might deviate. You might go to something else. Because you don't want to call that person that you really need to call to help your business get to where it needs to go. Right? You have some kind of limiting thought, belief pattern system that is keeping you where you are. So, Jay quit the game. So this is gonna look like a stomp here. We'll see how we do. But I think we probably have time for one more.
Okay. Our next question is coming from Shenjai. Oh, Shen, I know Shen. I'm reading the name, but it's got first and last name together. So, all right. Mine is actually the first main one I ever thought of is true. Although I know the reality and my truths, sometimes people around me or even people pop out of nowhere want to limit me. I don't know why I attract them. Maybe it's my my shut down haters attitude and gangster rap, LOL. Thanks for all the advice, bro. It's really nice to have a platonic friend who cares. I wish you all the good karmas for your good deeds, dude. Keep shining. P.S. If others are doing it, it means we have to do it as well. This really frustrates me. It's a long issue. Anyways, peace. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the question. And he's attracting haters. Interesting. And just kind of trying to work through that. I know that's definitely a big issue when you're doing anything, whether it's YouTube, trolls on YouTube, or whether it's, in your business. There's always people who aren't going to believe in what you're doing and are trying to keep you from doing it. So I guess the best valuable advice I can give to 210 or G, I don't know which one is your first name, sorry about that, is going back to what we keep saying is like, whether it's haters or distractions or lack of focus, whatever it is, there's always going to be things that are preventing you from doing what it is that you feel passionate about doing. And they're all just tests for us to continue on. And so, it's just, at some point we have to kind of put our foot down and say, no matter what kind of gets in my way, I need to keep moving forward, and it's all just a distraction to keep me from moving forward, and learning how little by little to shake it off and keep going forward. Shake it off. And I like that he says it's nice to have a platonic friend who cares, Evan, because I think that's a key too, is if Evan is someone that you're finding gives you the confidence to keep going, it helps when you're dealing with the people who are, as you say in your own words, shutting you down. So I think there is value in finding the people and the connections that believe in you, and that's a huge key in resilience for getting to keep moving forward.
Did he mention? He didn't mention what they were hating on. Just that he's attracting haters to his life.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting one. I would be. I have two thoughts on it. One, the more important and bigger things you're doing, the more the more haters you're going to attract, but also the more fans you're going to attract. So as I look at my YouTube channel, we've got 450,000 subscribers on the channel. Most of those people are super positive and encouraging, and some of them are going to be haters. And I've gotten more haters over the years, but I've also gotten a lot more fans. And so that's normal as a part of doing bigger things. As you gain more exposure, you're going to have more people who love you, more people who hate you. So I'm curious, are the people who love you growing as well, or are you just attracting the haters? Because if you're just attracting haters, then I would start looking at my approach. Like, what are you doing to attract these people into your life? If all you have is negative people around you, then something probably should change. Right? Something should be different than what you're doing now. Whether it's your mindset, your approach, your habits, the words you use. Something is attracting negative people into your life, and it can be tiring just to fight. Like, you have enough problems and fights as being an entrepreneur and struggles that being surrounded by tons of negative people a lot of times is not worth the fight with them. Just it could be so much smoother if you're around more optimistic, more positive, more encouraging people. And so start hanging around those people. Like, join us in our chats. Get involved in Believe Nation as a start. It's overwhelmingly positive and encouraging. And then find other things, local groups, friends, people you can connect with who are more positive and encouraging. Even if it's just watching videos. Like, I watch videos of famous entrepreneurs and I get inspired to go off and want to do something bigger myself. Watching videos of encouraging people will make you feel more encouraged. So that's my thinking. I think as you get bigger in something, I feel like a lot of, dealing with haters is going to be part of the game, but also recognizing you're going to have a lot more fans as well. And so focusing on the people you're helping and not the haters will be important. But I don't know, something in the tone of the question, it feels like you're not attracting tons of fans and you're just attracting the haters. And so you might want to look at your approach and question whether it's worth your mental energy to fight them. The more you fight, the more they're going to want to fight back, and the more the people are going to join the fight against you too. And is that really what you want to do? Is that the life you want, just attracting haters, or do you want to go out and do something better? So if you're not attracting the fans too, there's something wrong with what you're doing. That you could really change it up to have a more positive impact on your life.
Brilliant.
That's what I got.
Brilliant.
All right, well, we lost the game, but we had a fun experiment there, and I got to play my first game in a Halloween costume, so I'm excited by that. And we got to
And I did
hear
my
2 Rishi Cup TV impressions. I think we need a video on that, because I can't imagine that sound coming out of a human being.
I spent a lot of time on that, Evan. Don't question my costume.
I know. I want to see it. Like I'm just in awe of the. Yeah, I'm in awe. I'm in awe. Cool. Well, what's our how are we wrapping it up, Rishi? What's our message of the day?
It's always interesting how there seems to be common themes, and I think what most people were struggling with today is what they thought was focus. And whether it was focus or fear or haters, whatever it is, I think that if we can just take a step of, cup of, do what you love to do, and just a little bit of every day, little steps every day, you'll find that I think a lot of these other issues are taken care of.
I love it. Now tomorrow we have a special guest, right?
Yes, thank you, Evan. Yep.
So tomorrow, Rishi is going to be subbing out, and we have a new special guest subbing in, asking the questions and answering the questions along with me, and Rishi will be back on Wednesday. Yeah, I think we should keep it a little surprise there. Let's keep it a surprise. Special guest tomorrow. And we'll see. Big shoes to fill. Rishi kept TV always delivering the value. I think Rishi, well, you're gonna still be on the chat? You're gonna be joining in, helping monitor
Yeah, I'm going to be
things?
hanging out.
Rishi will be here with us on the chat, but not on the call. So we have a special guest helping me tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, guys. I'm super pumped. Excited to see where it goes. Thank you for joining us. It's amazing to have a new start to the week. I'm off to prepare for videos for the YouTube channel for this week, so I'm excited to see what comes up. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Rishi, Jay, and I all believe in you. We hope you continue to believe in yourselves and whatever your one word is. Much love, guys. We'll see you soon.